everyone.
Hi, Ratul here again. Last week we discussed about how RevOps actually impacts a business, and this week we have brought another showdown for you. We want to go to head and compare what CMS actually you can choose. So, as I promised already, I'll be talking about a lot of topics. I'll be talking about a lot of discussions, and for that reason, I have invited two of like the best team members I have in the team. So I will let them introduce for themselves. Tanmay.
Thank you, Ratul Bhaiya, for inviting me on the podcast. Hello, everyone. This is Tanmoy. I'm working as a CRM DevOps strategist in HubSpot for almost 2 years now, and I am working as a developer more than 5 years now. So I'll pass the mic to Sadab Bhaiya.
Thank you, Ratul Bhai and Tanmay Bhai. Um, I would like to start. My name is Sada Bwasi, and I am currently the CMS developer here in HubSpot, HubExpert, working with HubSpot around like 1 year or so. But in terms of development, I have like 3 years experience and additional. So hopefully that's where I am right now. That's all from me.
Wonderful, wonderful. So thank you to both of you as well for managing some time because we all know that Hub Expert is a very tiny firm, but we are all busy because the tiny firm has the huge level of pressure. So I highly appreciate that you joined the call. Uh, Interesting. So, as our topic today is, we will go to absolute head to head. We want to compare between all the softwares that are very, very popular in the industry. So, and definitely there are tons of CMSs in the in the like available industry. But we do want to talk about some of the best in the industry: Wix, WordPress, Unbounce, and the Webflow. These four specifically, and we want to differentiate, we want to find out the differentiates, we want to find out what actually matters, and we want to compare it to HubSpot because at the end we also love HubSpot. We are a HubSpot gold partner company, but the good side is we are working with all of these platforms. So we are creating this like podcast or something because we have the experience of working with all of these points. So that's why Sadab and Tanmay is here because these two guys have experiences of working with all of the platforms. So I will not make it longer. I will go to Sadab first because I want Sadab to explain what each of the platform is and how it helps to the end customer. So maybe Sadab, if you could give us some light in terms of what HubSpot, Wix, Unbounce, WordPress, and Workflow actually does.
Thank you, Ratul Bhai. Of course I can. So let's start with HubSpot first of all. HubSpot is great in terms of managing CRM relationships and automations in marketing as well. But and when we come to platforms like website development, it's also great. It's automatically has its own built-in features which allows SEO, analytics, and content personalizations, like automatically like gathering information and recognizing, giving you data like where this content comes from and who submitted the form. So it's great in terms of identifying who your contacts are or where they're coming from. But then if we go to Webflow, now Webflow has its own benefits as well. Its first and foremost benefit is our design flexibility. When we are going to the web design, it makes it easy and no code approach. So you just need to drag and drop and your website is almost ready. So that's great, like with Webflow. But if we go to Unbounce websites, Unbounce, they are more focused in a different way. Their main focus is on landing pages. So when we're creating any kind of landing pages, they built on
I think Sadab is having some network issue, so let us double check. Sadab,
yeah,
can you hear
I'm
us
back
well
actually.
now?
Sorry about that.
Okay,
Yes,
perfect.
yes.
Carry on.
Where did I left off, if you don't mind?
I think you were talking about the unbounce most probably.
Unbounce? Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, so Unbounce. So when we come to Unbounce, what happens is that Unbounce focuses on creating pages based on the landing page and the conversion rates of those. It's being optimized and gives you a better data on identifying, on creating A/B testings, and as well
Hmm.
as approaching for dynamic data, adding to the websites. Now that goes for Unbounce. But I believe we have all heard for Wix, right? So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wix, yeah, thank you. Wix is actually great in terms of helping small businesses and beginners as well. Not just that, it has a wide range of drag and drop abilities. So you can not just customize your page based on desktop, but you can utilize that and go for mobile and tablet within the same interface. So it goes great in terms of Wix. But WordPress is like a is even ahead of them. The first and the foremost, I would say yes, WordPress they all have similarity. But one of the biggest thing of WordPress is that they have the largest community of them all. And because of this community and their varieties of plugins, they they make life easier in terms of web development. It's just one drag and drop in every cases. But yeah, the plugins over here helps a lot in terms of payment and usage of managing e-commerce. But yeah, there are some benefits and drawbacks since like many third parties are also creating them. But WordPress have the varieties, and you know that when you're going with the provided WordPress provided plugins, there's a great you won't find that much of issues.
Wonderful, Sarah. Wonderful. Makes sense. Thank you for sharing all these insights because I think majority of our
That's all
viewers
from
have
all
some
of them.
idea what. Okay, Sadap, no problem. So as I was saying that majority of our like viewers have some idea about the platforms, but we also wanted to double check that yes, so that we are on the same page. So in terms of, I have noted some of the points that I've mentioned. These are very, very interesting topic. I want to discuss this in details later in the show, especially about the community of WordPress that you mentioned. So that we can understand what HubSpot, like, is there any HubSpot community similarly as well. So, and so you also mentioned about the integration ability. You also mentioned the unbounce A/B testing ability. That is very interesting. So I want you to like, I will come again maybe again, but before that, I'll directly go to the point to Tonmoy. As Tonmoy has a majority of skills and in terms of experiences working with different platforms. So Tonmoy, based on your like experiences, based on of all of the clients that you have worked so far, based on the like all of the problem that you have solved for end customer and also B2B because you are working with a lot of HubSpot partners. So from that overall experiences, do you have any like bullet points you can go through or maybe like and also describe the details like what HubSpot can do and others simply cannot? So my question specific to you is the benefit of HubSpot, the advantage of HubSpot. Someone.
Yeah, sure, sure. So, working with all the platform, including HubSpot, what I have found some major things that HubSpot can do, but other can't. That include, first of all, we can talk about their CRM functionality. So, HubSpot is a CRM first, then it's a CMS. Um,
Right.
the advantage is here that you can store so many data about the contact in your CRM, and based on that you can perform so many things, like you can show them particular content, you can guide them to another page based on their previous experiences. For example, if a contact or visitor is a customer of yours, you can guide them to the churned customer page. So you can basically, as you have all of data about the contact on your CRM, you can use that data to modify the user
Experiences.
yeah, user experience
Uh,
in the CRM. So
so
that
Tomoy,
actually helps a lot. Yeah.
wonderful. So, Tom, what you mean is basically as the HubSpot is a CRM, and that means you're hosting all of the information in a CRM, right? So, if it is a customer, we have the information in the HubSpot. If someone is a MQL, that means you're right now marketing, and probably he will be a customer in next 6 months. His information is also in HubSpot. So that means in a ideal world, in a website, you can have an entire different experience if he is a MQL or if he is a customer.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. That is excellent because I think this is a very strong part, and you what's sure, right? So this thing we cannot do in Wix or Unbounce or WordPress. Like there are might be some personalization in WordPress, but they don't have the CRM, right? That's what you meant.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Because as this is a CRM, we can have lots of data compared to others. Yes, we can store data in database, but that will be not as much as HubSpot.
Hmm.
And we can talk about the personalization side of the HubSpot as well. So we can pull the CRM data, and let's say, for example, someone visited a page of yours in HubSpot CMS. We can use their CRM data, and we can welcome them. We can
Interesting.
keep personalize SMS for them.
Right.
So I think this is a great advantage of HubSpot. And then we have the analytic and reporting part of HubSpot. As you all know, HubSpot provides mind-blowing analytics. So all the page visit, how many time the visitor visited a page, how long they have been there. So we can have all of those data about the visitor, and we can use this data on the CRM part as well. So we can market them using this data as they are directly synced to the HubSpot CRM. Then
Wonderful.
we have
I want to add one point here, Tanmoy. It's based on my experiences from RevOps side, because you guys are the coders. You understand how code works, but I understand how marketing works. So I want to add one point here, and I use this example a lot. Is in the Google Analytics, and maybe you might have the similar analytics in WordPress. You might have similar analytics in Unbounce or Webflow. So basically, they will show you how many times a contact, how many in total, how many times a page have been visited, what's the duration of that, what is the session time. So you will be able to see that, like, for sure. But what HubSpot will do here is, unlike the Google Analytics and unlike other reporting, is HubSpot will add those report. HubSpot will attribute those session time in a contact. So as you mentioned, that those data are usable in context. So that means in Google Analytics, you see 55 times a page has been visited, but in HubSpot, you'll be able to build a list of that 55 people. That is the next level.
yeah, totally agree.
Wonderful,
So
Tanmoy.
yeah, we can talk about A/B testing as well. So HubSpot CMS, we can run A/B testing and pull all of those data directly to the CRM and make market decision. Then we can talk about the security. As let's say, for example, let's took WordPress as example. Right? For WordPress website, what we have to do, we have to upload the file into the work in a hosting. We have to maintain the hosting. We have to maintain the database as well. So if something happen, we'll lost the site, or the site could be hacked. But in HubSpot case, the total file are maintained by HubSpot, and their security is next level. So, and if we purchase the enterprise marketing enterprise, for example, then we'll have the ability to create serverless function on the HubSpot as well. And this is a next level thing.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, just to be sure, Tanmoy, is if we upgrade any of our hub to enterprise, that will unlock the serverless, not just marketing hub, right?
Yes,
Okay,
right.
wonderful. So, and we
So
have experience of building serverless uh, server as well, right, in HubSpot.
yeah, we have experience. We have built some apps and hosted them to the HubSpot serverless environment. So we have
I was having the same issue. I was saying serverless server.
yeah,
Yeah, it's supposed to be called serverless environment, right? Okay.
yes, yes.
And new learnings, yeah. Yeah, Tanmoy, go on, please.
And I think the most fun part is the seamless integration between the sales tools. So,
Hmm.
as I have said, all the data generated from CMS directly syncs to the CRM, and our marketing team can use those data. And ultimately, our ultimate goal is to reach to as much clients as possible, and that can be done by implementing this to countless tools in CRM.
Excellent, excellent. So, Tanmoy, if so, that to recap your whole point is, you mentioned about like the main advantage of HubSpot, especially if you highlighted the point what HubSpot can do and others cannot, because there are tons of other advantages HubSpot has, but
Yeah.
those additional function might also be available to other platforms. So we haven't included that, right, Torma?
Right.
Okay. Perfect. So I just wanted to recap again. Is you mentioned about the CRM functionality based on my notes. You mentioned about the reporting. You mentioned about the A/B testing. You mentioned about the personalization. You mentioned about the enabling sales process directly because CMS, because your website and the CRM is in a single place. And yeah, and also you mentioned about the security, right? Security point of view. Wonderful. So now we want to discuss about the worst part or the most interesting part is what HubSpot cannot do. Like even we love HubSpot, we definitely find out very interesting what HubSpot cannot do, because this is where HubSpot can grow. And this is where also if HubSpot cannot do it, we would like to move them to a different environment so that the client's needs are properly implemented. Because at the end, we highly prioritize what the client's expectation, because we don't want to increase a client spending on something. If we can build a website on a WordPress on $1,000 budget, why do they have to build it on a HubSpot by having a $5,000 budget, right? So that doesn't make sense. But yes, of course, if the client expectation is they are receiving something from HubSpot, it's better to invest the money because it will at the end in return you. So that's the logic here. So this is an interesting topic. I'll go to Sadap. I'll take help from Sadap. So to you, Sadap, in your analysis, in your review, what do you think what HubSpot actually cannot do, but others platform can do very well? So maybe can you also talk about some bullet points like Tonmoy, very in detail, point to point?
I do have some points of my own. Like for
Wonderful.
HubSpot, well, HubSpot is capable of many things, but there are also other platforms that do like are better in some perspective. So let's get started. Yeah.
Right.
The first thing I would like to go with the design, when the web design flexibility. So what happens is that in HubSpot we have the ability to change. We have the ability to drag and drop and build a website, right? But when it comes to the flexibility, like HubSpot doesn't offer the responsiveness of like changing the websites, like changing the screen sizes, varying screens, because clients can have varying screen sizes, right? We all are not using the same screen size. So that's one thing. Like HubSpot do have like not fully utilized yet, but Webflow and WordPress, they are fully customizable over there. And not just that, those platforms actually have plugins, built-in plugins based on from their end and also from third-party end. You have freedom from many angles to fix your like to fix your code and make it much better.
Yeah, I would totally agree on this because if we compare the HubSpot drag and drop and the Elementor from WordPress, Elementor is far better than HubSpot drag and drop.
Mm.
Absolutely. And don't forget the plugins. The plugins, the theme economy section. HubSpot is there, like they're building. Currently, if we look into HubSpot, like they have around 700 results, 700 modules, and around 550 of the themes. Well, that is a lot, obviously, but if we look compare with the other systems like WordPress and Wix, they have a much more robust marketplace where they can don't just have like not just have the customizations for the modules, also they have plugins where they can have different payment, connect to many sections, have their own themes, and thousands. Like they're just not 100, like 500 or six.
So
Right. This is where we are contributing to we are creating our own. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's the thing.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, as Tom was saying, I was thinking about out of those 700 modules, we have approximately 10 modules, right? So maybe Sadaf can later share is like what we have done. Yeah, but the good point, Tom and Sadaf, is like their community and their marketplace is much more robust, I have to say. Like if you are thinking of something that you want to do in WordPress, you can do it for sure. There's nothing that cannot be done in WordPress. Like, yeah, there's heavy-ended coded thing might be difficult, but in a static environment, a static website, maybe a heavy-ended animation as well, it could be easily doable in WordPress with a very less budget and very less time frame, and most importantly, the platform has been built in a no code environment. Like you need a very little code to make it happen. That is the best side.
Right.
Wonderful
But then
point,
again, like
Sada. Yeah.
if we code like in HubSpot, we can build those things. Like HubSpot doesn't say that no, you cannot do this. HubSpot said you
Mm.
can, but you have to do a little bit of coding of yourself. Well, this is where we also have our plugins to help those things.
Yeah,
Let's move to the next part then. Okay.
absolutely.
Next comes with, let's say, about the pricing part. Like if we look at the HubSpot, HubSpot has limited plans, and the plans are quite expensive, like regarding, especially for certain as SME or small businesses. But whereas if we look at other platforms like Wix, WordPress, or Unbounce, they are more of a budget friendly. And not only that, they have the free versions. Do you know? Like that's like gives you a head start. Like if you're a business just starting
True.
today.
So, Sadab, you will absolutely win in terms of the like pricing and the cost. We always have issues with the HubSpot, like Content Hub professional pricing, because client doesn't understand why you have to pay $500, around $500 a month for a website, because they're seeing alternatives at a $20, $30, $40 budget. So this is what we absolutely win, Sadab. We don't want to talk about
Yeah, if
that
you
when you
look
are
like
winning.
that,
At all.
Yeah, Sadab.
well, I'm not done yet. Actually, I do have a few more points. Okay. Thank you. Okay, regarding on the websites, yes, HubSpot is allowing us to build landing pages and blog posts. But when we come to e-commerce, HubSpot is building there, but still not, I believe, is still not there yet. Whereas Wix and WordPress, they have fully integrated backend ready, features are ready for the e-commerce so that they're easy to be managed in terms of payment, in terms of contact, like orders, they're ready to order all this process backend is ready over there.
That is so true, Sadap. That is so true. You once again win again, yeah, in terms of e-commerce for sure, Sadap.
Well, it's not last, but obviously there is lots of third-party plugins which allows us to have like what softwares that connect to, let's say, payment methods, complex automations, varieties of API connections. But if you look at HubSpot, HubSpot do have API connections. That is true, but HubSpot do have a limit of a daily usage. That is, yeah, I believe that's a large, but yeah, like others have them. Some of them have endless.
True,
Last,
true.
but
Yeah.
not last.
You have a lot of
Um,
list in terms of what cannot do. I see that. So you are working in a, like in a daily situation. You are working with HubSpot CMS, so that's the pain point you have. So you see a lot of perspective what HubSpot cannot do, and there's the insight that you want to share with everyone. Yes, there are something that HubSpot cannot do. There are sometimes where HubSpot is not right, but there are sometimes where HubSpot will be absolutely right. So of course, Sada, please feel free to talk about it. We would like to know about it for sure.
well, yes, I am saying stuff like HubSpot cannot do, but there is a good thing about HubSpot I did notice is that HubSpot allows the opportunities to like grow. Like HubSpot doesn't have their built-in features yet, but they allows like developers to build those paths for them. And if those plugins ready, I think there is a good opportunity over there.
Yeah, totally agree on that because recently HubSpot opened the React module as well, and
I noticed that one too. Yeah.
great thing, I think.
Let's move
Interesting.
on to
Yes.
the my next point. Okay, next is the landing page specialization. While HubSpot offers landing pages, but Unbounce offer more features like and advanced testing systems. HubSpot provides Unbounce provides pop-ups, sticky bars, in-depth customizations just within one drag and drop. Whereas HubSpot, they don't have these features yet, but they allow you, I think, to code them.
Yeah, we can build them by coding ourselves.
That's where like yeah, a little bit user-friendly comes to Unbounce over there.
Mm,
Totally agree.
God.
If we look
And
through
and
open,
one
yes,
saves time on that also.
yeah, that takes a lot, quite a lot of time. But do have best part like they have connected the CRM, making it fully dynamic. You change anything, update anything in the CRM, the website automatically updates. You don't need to touch or pre-publish anything.
That's an interesting topic. And yeah, Sadap, I also thought of like in terms of the pricing, the HubSpot has a low cost starting as well in terms of like content hub starter. So that's how you can create up to like 30 landing page, 30 website pages at a very lower end prices. But if your total pages crosses like 60, then you might have to upgrade to professional hub. That's where the main cost happens. So also, Sadap and Tanmoy, Sadap, do you have anything to add, or you are done?
Just one. Yeah, I think that's all from me. It's totally fine.
Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. So I was saying that HubSpot also knows its limit. Like HubSpot itself doesn't highlight that you host your WordPress or WooCommerce to us or e-commerce functionality to us. That's not HubSpot CMS is, right? HubSpot CMS is specifically for dynamic personalization when you have a static website, but yes, you have an animation. You can do a lot of animation as well. But especially when you have a static website you want to build, it would be a drag and drop. But you guys are right, HubSpot is more of a dev friendly platform. You will absolutely need help when you're building something especially custom. I think the platform has a lot of themes and the modules, but there are situations when you want to build some responsive issues and when you want, and especially when you are designing a site, not a theme based, but maybe a Figma based custom design, you absolutely might need help from a DevOps perspective. So that's where I think HubSpot one of the limitations that I want to add as well. Perfect. That's an interesting conversation. So now we know the pros and the cons of HubSpot. Now we also know why other platforms are better in certain situations. So I will rephrase it again, and I want you guys to agree or disagree with me if you have any point here, because I want to give a very clear message to our audiences who are still seeing for 26 minutes. So HubSpot, we know HubSpot it is because we have discussed. Wix is better when you are building something drag and drop, and you don't want to go to a WordPress mess because in order to build in WordPress you need a lot of plugins, a lot of themes, you need server. You don't have time for that. You will directly go to Wix because Wix is also a drag and drop. You would be able to custom, but it's a very easy platform and no code platform you can build. WordPress, on the other hand, you can build however you want. It's also a like no code platform, but then again, you have to have some education, right? You need to understand how apps works. You need to understand how plugins work, widget works, how themes work. You also have to have some server knowledge as well, so you can use the cPanel or you can use the WordPress into that. Then you can. You also have to connect your domain as well, right? So that means you need to have some education. But if you have the education, this should be a low end pricing as well.
Yes.
Unbounce is absolutely better in terms of like landing page optimization, or you are doing a lot of A/B testing, and especially maybe you are based on paid ads, so maybe you have different variation of your landing page, you have different variation of your campaigns. This is where Unbounce come in because the variation thing is very better because what HubSpot can, sorry, so what Unbounce can do in my experiences is you can run a campaign on Unbounce. You can also declare a winning set. So if your A variation is getting more conversion, then they will redirect all of this traffic to the variation A. That thing can be a very interesting for a lot of people. Webflow, on the other hand, has a very customizable platform. I would say there are a lot of functions you can use without writing any code, but the platform is very open, so that's why the developer also likes it very much because it's a very customizable and easy to customize. You have and the community is also big as well.
Right.
Perfect. So in example, yeah, if you have a company website where you are not maybe running any application, this is just informational website, HubSpot, and you're looking for a CRM, HubSpot would probably a great choice. But if you are starting and you have a low budget, you might choose WordPress or Wix. If you want to build an application or something in your web and there are a lot of coding you might have to do, maybe you go for a Webflow. And if you are running a lot of paid ads, maybe Unbounce would be better. There are
Totally
one
agree.
platform. Okay, perfect. There are one platforms I might add here is Bubble. Bubble is also a no-code application platform you can use. But then again, it is specifically for a situation if you want to build a WordPress, sorry, if you build a website or apps, in that situation it works. Perfect. So I will go to Sadab now because I think in order to, because there are a lot of people are seeing this video and it might help for them to understand what kind of case studies we have worked so far. And we mentioned that we have worked with WordPress, Wix, and all of the platforms. So maybe Sadab can overview of that two case studies in a very short, and also I'll head to Tanmoy for sharing some of the maybe Unbounce, Webflow, and HubSpot case study. That would be awesome. And Sadab, also please include, if possible, our modules as well, so that our viewers have some understanding what we do.
So before I start off with, I would like to start with WordPress. Now WordPress, yes, we already have our own website over here. I'll be sharing the screen if that's okay. Present the screen.
So Sadab, please
Yes.
share a case study where WooCommerce is there so people can relate. Maybe Semi-Pro is one of our clients.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Give me 1 minute.
one of our recent project in WordPress.
Yeah. If you need any time, Sadab, no problem. I can go to Tanmoy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be
Tanmoy.
actually be great.
Okay, awesome.
Okay. Okay. So I'll be sharing a recent project of ours that we have done in HubSpot CMS. Okay, I think you can see my screen, right?
Yeah, we can see now.
Okay. So this is a website of Swift Works, and we have built this website totally in HubSpot CMS. As you can see, all the pages are built in HubSpot, and all this data are syncing to the CRM directly. Let me show you the different version of this website.
This looks great, by the way. The design and the preparation is excellent. Oh, interesting. Tanmoy, is the live chat that we are seeing also on HubSpot? On
Yeah, yeah. This is HubSpot live chat,
nice.
directly integrated from HubSpot to this website.
And what I know of is HubSpot chatbot can be now on AI based as well, as the breeze intelligence is here.
Yeah, recently HubSpot introduced that functionality to the HubSpot chat as well. So this
Awesome.
was a website using HubSpot, built using HubSpot CMS, and let me show you one more. And this is a website of our customer named Great Cushion, and this website built using Webflow.
Hmm. Right.
Okay, let me show one more, and this one we have built using the Unbounce. Blackpoint IT, one of our recent project.
Like the design over here.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Tanmoy. So that means we have experience of working with all of these platforms. Sometimes client's team has a preference to use Unbounce in the workflow, but we have that experiences. So I will head back to Sadap.
I will start presenting my screen. My screen. Yes. Are you guys able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. The first, I will be looking at our website. Well, this one is from Wix. So yes, we pretty much have the ability to edit and customize. And we had animations also, like based on some from Wix. Some we also built in by ourselves. And obviously our Atul bhai over here having our introductions of ourselves. But yes, we have customizations, animations, and a lot more through the Wix capabilities. Now, if we look at the last one, what we live at is the WordPress. Now, for the WordPress, we work with the Semi-Pro company where we use their plugins and their functionalities to build the design based on uh, the layouts and the design requirements they needed for their website. This is all
Wonderful for
for
that.
this.
Yeah, I would like to point something here. In for this website, SemiPro, we have to do some custom code as well for their customized uh, shipping method.
Nice, nice. So just to be sure,
That's
Tanmoy, is the coding that you had to do or the code that you had to build has been hosted on a server, WordPress, right?
Right.
Nice. Excellent. So that means, and also we have created plugins for WordPress before, so we have that experiences as well.
so now I
Wonderful.
would like to show
Yeah,
you some more stuff of our Hub Expert, like some of our modules and researches. So I'll be sharing my screen now. Share screen again. Okay. I hope you guys can see the screen.
Not yet. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Well, the first screen, actually, this is our case study website. You can come to our portfolio and look into it. But yeah, let's go to the modules. Well, it's easy actually. You can just search for our name and you'll be finding all of our modules over there. One of our best modules was the video gallery slider. We are always implementing them for free so that anyone and everyone who wants to use and utilize the HubSpot website and all of its capabilities, feel free to preview them. We can look into them and yeah, we have some amazing modules. This slider is actually a 3D slider that gives you all the customizations and tabbing functionalities. Basically, you have section 1, a collection of content A and a collection of content B. You can simply visualize them all at once. And it's well described, but feel free to add comments or what you think and how you like them. These are all from us for our modules. Yeah.
perfect. Makes sense. That makes sense. Thank you so much. So now, as we hear HubSpot Gold Partner Farm is like our main focus is to like HubSpot CRM implementation, and all you guys know that we love HubSpot. Other than that, we have excellent experiences, and what we work as well is we have excellent UI UX team, and all my DevOps are like full stack. So we have experience of building React based platform as well. So we can build a complete solution in terms of the web app. I can share one of the case studies I have right now on a portfolio. This is fully built on React and fully designed by us as well. And the good side is we are right now working with five plus website currently. I don't want to share you Figma. I want to share you direct links. So maybe in somewhere near future, if we talk about again our website case studies, I might share that as well. So that's it from my side. Um, and yes, I would like to share all other portfolios in the like our details as well, so we can have some idea what we do. That being said, I want to finish our session today. It was a very interesting session. We talked a lot of things, and I'm very I want to know your feedbacks as well. So, how do you like? If you also want us to talk about some of the topic, maybe in terms of HubSpot, or maybe like DevOps, or maybe like or WebOps or RevOps, whatever it is, we would be happy to talk about it. Thank you so much for watching it, and thank you so much again. Have a great day. Bye bye. Bye,
Okay.
Tanmay. Bye, Sadaf. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.